right, so over the last 24 hours, I've been reading your comments. I've also been replying to you guys and dropping likes on it because a lot of you are asking me to go ahead and make an updated guide on pretty much the best XP as well as the best money methods, especially with all of the new stuff that was introduced this weekend. Now, the reality to this is that I haven't gotten around to doing this because I was more than fully aware that eventually down the road, there was a likelihood that we were going to be seeing some type of buffs or even nerfs. So as I said to some of those comments, I was going to work on the guides throughout this week. And sure enough, here I am waking up in the morning and a couple of things have been nerfed that are sort of blowing up in my comments as well as in my DMs. I hear you guys. I've gone ahead and gotten the information straight from Nick, the developer. We're going to go over everything in today's video very, very quickly. Now, as we make our way over here to Luminescent Caverns, we're going to start off basically with the Luminescent Oath over here. As you guys know, this has pretty much been the go-to to make money for the last 48 hours or so. And honestly, even with the nerfs, it very much still is a good option. But here's kind of the unfortunate reality about this. So when originally this was released, there was no level requirement for either one of these rods, the Luminous Oath as well as the Renoic, I think that's how you pronounce it, Oath. That has now been completely changed. You need to be at least level 500 to get the Luminescent Oath, and to get the Renoic one, you need to be level 1000. So that right there is kind of the opener, and one of those unfortunate situations where if you didn't get it within the last 48 hours, you're kind of screwed today. Now, if you guys have been with the channel for a long time, you'll know that my go-to place is always the Fishipedia. They have a lot of the information, especially behind the scenes, because a lot of them are testers and QA and, you know, up there working with the developers. So this stuff for the most part gets updated fairly quickly. It's a little bit behind right now, but they are also working on a couple of maintenance stuff on the website today. So I'm sure it's really, really messy behind the scenes right now as they're preparing everything for you guys. But one of the things that I really like to do is sort of go into the recent changes tab where you can pretty much see a live update of everything that's being changed around. And this is kind of what I was doing at first, which is where I noticed things like, for example, the mastered mutation has now been changed from an 18x down to a 16x. It's also where I got the first sort of information about the addition of the level requirements for the oaths. Because if you notice on the left-hand side over here, this is what it previously was. The Luminescent Oath can be purchased for 1.5 million. In the Luminescent Caverns, it requires 100% completion of the Luminescent Bestiary to purchase. But if we take a look at the green side over here, this is the adjustment that was just added literally like an hour ago, I think. Maybe, I don't even know, 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Now it says it requires the player to be at least level 500 and have 100% completion of the Luminescent Caverns Bestiary to purchase. So of course, when I saw all of these changes being made over in the Fishipedia, I didn't want to bother them or kind of just wait until they were completely done with all of that, because, you know, I'm kind of impatient and I also want to get you guys the information since, again, my DMs are kind of brutal right now. So I shot over a DM to Nick, which is one of the developers. He's actually the producer for Fish right now. And I believe he's also the co-owner, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, you guys get the idea. This man is in charge of all of this stuff. And I don't want to exactly, you know, full on leak our full DMs here. But if you notice right here, I said, hey, Nick, is there a list available anywhere of last night's nerfs? He went ahead and instantly replied to me, which I will correct something here. It's a little bit of a typo. He's fully aware of it. And correction, there is no typo because I just realized that he edited the text as I took the screenshot. Okay, never mind. But anyways, if you notice, Luminescent Oath has been changed from infinite kg to 25,000. The control has been changed from a 0.2 to a 0.18. Level requirement for the Oath, 500, just like how I mentioned. The Ruinous Oath control 0.1 to a 0.08. Resilience from a 30 to a 25. And of course, like I mentioned before, the level requirement has been changed from 0 to 1000 now. He also went ahead and provided a couple of different screenshots here. For example, the mastered information that I told you guys previously, it was an 18 multiplier. Now it's 16. Tryhard Rod has also had its multiplier changed, except that in this scenario, it seems to be for the better, from a 15.5 to a 17. And Luminescent has been changed from 15 to 9. So again, these are all of the changes that were made last night. to my knowledge, there was no other changes that were made. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because there is a couple of other crazy things that are going around and things that you guys are DMing me as well that just simply aren't true. And that's the reason why I wanted to go ahead and get these as accurate as possible for you guys. Now, with that being said, though, it doesn't change the fact that all of these other changes, which weren't listed in the Fishipedia before, did also take place when the update dropped. So this isn't something that's brand new. It might be something that you guys are just now discovering, but this has been in place since Saturday. And that, of course, is the Polaris Serenade has had its progress speed decreased from 40% to 30%. Wing Ripper, both of the mutations have been nerfed 30% to 27%, 10% to 7%. Chrysalis, on the other hand, nerfed for the Flora, but a buff for the Bloom. And then Glittered was also nerfed shiny and sparkling chances from 5% to 3%. Also, go ahead and add this in, even though I'm sure you guys are fully aware. I mean, the countdown was going on for literally 2 weeks. But yes, the Test Rod, Eardrum, Polaris, and Wing Ripper are now completely gone from the game, which I would like to point out that they did give a warning saying that other rods in the future may also be going limited. So if there's anything that you guys want, make sure that you're getting it right now, because you never know what the next one is going to be. But again, as I was saying before, this literally changes absolutely nothing besides the fact that the level requirement was added. That is probably the most impactful thing so far for both of these rods. But Luminescent Oath, as well as the Renoic, I think I'm saying that right, hopefully, both of these are still excellent rods, especially for money making. The biggest catch here, obviously, is going to be the fact that these are mainly skilled rods. So if you're terrible like me, then you're probably not going to be doing a good job, you know? But just to prove everybody wrong, watch this. Look at how pro I am. Do you see this? See how much of a pro? Oh, God. Oh, no, please, no. Yep. See that? Mastered. Easy, dude. I'm skilled like that. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I hardly ever get mastered. Like, I'm actually terrible. Do you see what I mean? Like, I always lose it. Either way, man, like I was saying before, I am gonna be working on some of these guides that you guys are asking for. I promise. I know that I used to do them back in the days, and I'm definitely gonna continue doing them right now. But I just don't want to have to be pushing out 3 or 4 different guides every single week just because of all the buffs and nerfs that are going on. So again, I was just waiting for some of these little touches to be made, and then now we can actually go ahead and focus on spending a couple of hours running through all the numbers and basically every different scenario that can happen, and then give you guys the best option. Now, here's something kind of interesting that was just updated right now as I'm recording this inside of the Fishipedia over here, and that is, I can never pronounce this, the Oniri Fowl? I don't know, dude. Whatever, you guys get it. This one right here, it does seem like 2 of the mutations got a bit of a buff. I'm not sure if this was just a typo that maybe they're correcting now, but it's showing that the Sacratus mutation used to be a 3.5%, now it's a 7%. And the Puritas mutation used to be a 1.5%, now it's a 3%. Or sorry, it was a 1.4%. Now it's been changed to 3%. Again, this might just have been a typo that they had from the beginning, or it could be a buff that it just got last night. Hey man, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about all of this. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Is it really making that much of a difference to you guys? And also, even with this whole entire level requirement that's going on, for those of you that are new players or that are coming back, make sure that you guys are taking full-on advantage of the aquarium, especially for those of you that take part in the admin abuse. Some of these fish that you're getting during the admin abuse are going to be super useful to throw inside of here and make some pretty decent profit. I'm making almost a mil every single hour, so not bad. I mean, considering I just dropped 30 plus mil on the Renoic and I'm down to 2.4 mil, it's actually been saving me pretty well. So yeah, make sure that you guys are taking full on advantage of that. Again, keep an eye out for the guide videos this week. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.